What's up, y'all? Exodus, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. Want y'all to subscribe, share, definitely hit notification bell. Um, yeah, man. If y'all want to support the channel, Cash App in the description of this video. If you want to follow me on any other platforms, everything is in the description of my channel. With that being said, let's get this show. Yeah, this one I'm pissing me off. Hey.
You are watching a master at work. Trapaholics, real trap shit.
I was too much. I'm closer than you think to the stars. Nigga, look up. No need to act these hoes. I simply tell them that they ain't.
I'm just chilling, as you can see. Chilling. got a little bit of home. Well, not my homeboy, but somebody I'm real tapped into. Been tapped in with him for some years. Politicians TV. I don't know if y'all know about him. It says singer David not charged with murder and will be released Monday if. Oh, okay. On Monday. Okay, I get it. They were saying they finna let this motherfucker go. I'm like, oh hell no. No sir. No sir. So we got Trapmore Ross. We got a little something. Let's see what Trapmore Ross talking about with it. Because I never reacted to urban politicians, I don't think. I don't think I ever reacted.
Offline music, video player. Get it today.
So David's been arrested, but a lot of people are pointing the finger and asking, what about his friends? What about all the people around him that were apparently about when this A minor, Celeste, was around? What about all these people that were still chilling with him after the body was decomposing in the trunk? So, one of the first people from David's inner circle who has seemingly responded to the news of his arrest is Asia Collins. Asia, all right? She's apparently talking out. It says Asia implies to people relating to her in the David case. I think this is related to people on her Instagram talking about David recently arrested in her comment section. We need to improve the literacy levels on the David idiot subreddit. But this is Asia apparently responding.
Sometimes I just get so fucking sad, you know? There's nothing else better to do. Keep talking about me though, it's chill.
So, more rage bait from this wannabe influencer, okay? People are saying, can she just shut up? This girl is completely brain dead. She's a clout-chasing leak.
Yeah, bro. She need to goddamn sit the fuck down somewhere, bro. That's some goofy shit she talking about, dog. You talking about a little girl unalive, bro. This shit ain't no joke. Ain't no sarcasm. None of that shit in this shit, bro. Like, sit your goofy ass down somewhere, bitch.
Keep talking about me though, it's chill.
So, more rage bait from this wannabe influencer, okay? People are saying, can she just shut up? This girl is completely brain dead. She's a clout-chasing leech. She wouldn't survive without social media. Stop talking. The child is dead. But me, I need validation. She is so bird-brained. Everything about herself. This girl needs to get a life. Her 5 minutes of fame are over with, and she knows it. If I was her, I probably would have taken a page from her friend Herrera and not continuously brought attention to myself. I'm not saying she's guilty or anything, but she's kind of immortalizing her name next to a murderer's, not rights. Also, people aren't going to respond well when you make videos constantly laughing about something that actually is sad. This isn't the behavior of someone who's innocent, cry me a river bitch, insanely narcissistic, pathetic. She seems to just want to be in the limelight. She needs to get some sunshine and fresh air and a reality check. But she was on vacation in Brazil not so long ago, and that didn't even help. She needs professional help. How is this idiot running around free? I just don't get it. She needs to stay with David in one cell. That would be crazy if both of them got locked at the same time. I cannot believe it. David trying to do Chucky voodoo to switch bodies with Asia appears to be having an effect. This is so cringe. This girl needs to shut the F up. You still a hood rat? Oh, and there is such a thing as karma. And people are saying, I'm so goddamn tired of David's two henchmen and how they keep vaguely posting about all of this as if it's petty internet discord. Your best friend is being investigated for first-degree murder, and you're being tied into this for a damn good reason. People aren't trying to cancel you because they feel like it. She is a disgrace. I'm concerned why she says she has male private parts from it. Why even post this bimbo? She's so cringe. Actually demented to post this when you're in the periphery of a PDF child. Emma. Neighbors say the house was loud, so he was partying with someone only people at the parties could say who was there. Girl, shut the F up. You totally knew about her being dead. This made me completely disappointed in her. I was already disappointed, but this is next level. Tone deafness, boss, truly. Rehearsed. She talks like she's never read a book. I can fix her, though. I thought for a minute I could fix her, but now I don't know. I think she broke for good. But anyway, okay, people saying, you guys have been harassing that girl for months. You always want some way to blame a woman. I don't think so, all right? There's people arguing, but anyway, let's move on, all right? Sources are claiming that the LAPD might have actually arrested David to specifically pressure the district attorney to file formal charges because it had been so long.
So they said that the police got sick of them running around talking about we trying to get a case together. So the police, instead of them getting indicted by the feds, the police just said, fuck it, we're gonna lock them up. And if they don't indict him Monday, he gonna get to walk right back out the door, dog. Right back out the fucking jail. So
Since this investigation started.
like 7 months, man.
That the body of this 14-year-old girl was found in gruesome condition in the front truck of David's Tesla that was parked here at this Hollywood tow lot behind me. So why is David now behind bars? Well, today we learned from law enforcement sources that the medical examiner's office has now ruled her death a homicide. The LAPD's elite robbery homicide division suits up and swarms a Hollywood home Thursday afternoon. LAPD Captain Scott Williams, who was on scene, tells ABC7 that the LAPD did its best to keep tabs on David during the investigation, and that the arrest is the result of an airtight investigation. Meanwhile, David's legal team says David has only been detained under suspicion. We will vigorously defend David's innocence. What's interesting about David's arrest is the LAPD and not an indictment from a grand jury investigation that was being would say
very, very unusual. It's been 7 months, bro, and y'all still ain't got enough evidence for it, dog.
Case like this, it's a little out of the norm for the police to have gone out on their own and arrested him without the DA's office having made the decision to file formal charges.
Former prosecutor turned defense attorney RJ Dreiling says it's possible the LAPD did this to push prosecutors to charge. But we do know from these unsealed court documents that prosecutors refer to David, whose legal name is David Burke, as a target in their investigation, and that the target may be involved in having committed one count of murder. Those unsealed court papers go on to say it is alleged in this case that the target may be involved in the death of 14-year-old victim Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who may have been a victim of foul.
Yeah, one is the state. So I don't know, bro. This could be. They could really drop the ball Monday if these people don't indict him, bro.
4 days run out, then David walks free, and LAPD has egg on its face.
No, LAPD is then going to point the finger at the DA's
And the
office.
DA's office is going to say, we're not right. Are you?
So, look, I don't think that's going to happen. I think the DA is going to be
Counted us into 2026. We're not going to be deterred, and you're going to have to figure out your escape strategy, which is, by the way, as we're taping this on Friday afternoon, and they'll come out and deny it on Monday. But I know for a fact they're all meeting right now. As we're taping this on Friday afternoon, there is an all hands on deck meeting in the DA's office.
And an all hands on deck meeting to figure out what the hell they're going to do because this guy's in,
Right.
and he could get out on Monday.
By the way, if you're a defense lawyer, if you're Blair Burke or you're Meadow, you're one of the others who are handling this case, you could not, you never want your client to be arrested, but this kind of lawyer is a defense lawyer's petri dish.
Can I ask you something? Obviously, you're not going to give up names, but you kind of made it clear. Can I make an assumption that this is a DA-connected source of yours?
Absolutely. I want to disclaim that it's a...
Look, he got sources in the DA, and apparently that is the strategies that David's legal team might be using during the trial.
They clearly have already come out and said that they're going to prove that David did not kill Celeste. I will go a step further, that my sense is that they're going to say she wasn't killed at all. That this is going to be some kind of an accidental death, an overdose. That they're not necessarily going to say that David didn't know that her body was in the trunk of his car.
And there's a reason for that as well. That's why the DA is so torn on this case. They've got evidence, and we also, again, I hate to keep or indicates where it's consistent.
And then the question, if the jury is uncertain if this was an overdose, an accident, murder, That's the reasonable doubt they're looking for. But my understanding is just the way this is shaped up is that they're not. My sense is they're saying it wasn't necessarily, it wasn't a killing, it wasn't a homicide.
Also, if you play this out, one of the things.
Apparently, there is evidence that he knew that the body was in the car. Now, a former prosecutor will explain why the condition of Celeste's body.
That's a starting place. And that kind of anti-Semitism.
Homicide ruling. So listen to this.
Case for 5 months. LAPD arrests him, presumably the DA, since they've been presenting evidence to the grand jury for all this time. They're going to file charges. Feels cart before the horse to me. Why wouldn't they just file the charges and then pick him up? They didn't even have, they could file the charges without them even becoming public and picking him up. It doesn't make sense to me why they're saying we're presenting it to the DA. DA has it.
Man, somebody, boy, we're going to see after tomorrow, y'all. We're going to see after tomorrow because this shit about to get ugly, bro. This shit about to get real stupid. And then he woke up to some.
FBI, open up!
Yeah, bro, if they fuck around and fuck this up, bro, this is going to be one of the big. Yeah, this is the weird shit.
You're right, Harvey. This is unusual, but I've heard some criticism, but I want to take a slightly different, more optimistic viewpoint on this. And there case. One is when a prosecutor comes in and presents evidence asking for an indictment. The other is a purely investigative function. So typically the DA's office has a reactive role where the police investigate and it winds up on somebody's desk that's had no involvement. This one's different. The LAPD really took their time on this, which I personally support. So either this is simply to going through the motions, and they'll file it on Monday, and he's entitled to an arraignment within, I think, Monday or Tuesday, depending on the hour that they arrested him. Or there's a big rift between the LADA and the LAPD, and the LAPD is saying, screw it, we're going to arrest him, which I really doubt under Hochman's regime. So you're right, Harvey, though, it's very...
My birthday in June, bro, June 7th.
Interesting, but I think this thing's on its way to a filing.
According to an LAPD, high-ranking LAPD source, the ME has determined that it was a homicide and that they do have a cause of death, but they're not going to reveal it yet. It seems to me like that was the big holdup here, right? Because how could you arrest David if you don't even know how Celeste died?
Yeah, that's another great question. And the answer is, I can't wait to get into those grand jury transcripts, guys, because his inner circle knew, and there's an entire story behind this. And remember, this is his car. The decomp was heavy. But this one is almost like a no-body murder in a way, because the juries really don't like to give the benefit to the criminal defendant of getting rid of the body or dismembering the body to a point, or letting the body decompose to a point where it's difficult to tell the cause of death. When you get a guy who wrote a song called Romantic Homicide, and there's a whole inner circle that didn't want to talk, there's going to be a bunch of stuff coming forward. And she didn't chop herself up, guys. And remember, guys, we've got a family out there of Celeste Rivas, and there are many Celeste Rivases in LA and in Southern California and all over the United States that don't get the media that this one has gotten because of how famous. Hopefully this is a good day for those poor people. And she was sounds like she was a tough girl, ran away from home multiple times, but she was also only 14.
She was a tough kid. right? She was a kid, she was a tough kid. But basically, as he said, other people must have known what was going on with the cover-up, and it's not going to look good in court in front of a jury when it's not going to be like a no-body murder, because it's like somebody made effort to get rid of this body, and you the person that looking like you had the most to gain by doing that. Now, the latest update from TMZ is that prosecutors are officially expected to file charges this Monday. It's no if, maybe.
Boy, they fucked that shit up Monday, bruh.
This family member is that why they're so quiet. This is apparently cousin Wendy. Said finally now I can get a good night's sleep. I'm not scared of you anymore. That's David. So that's what you get for threatening me, piece of shit. So people are saying David was threatening the family, that kind of thing. Okay. People have been saying, I've been saying since the beginning of last year, he definitely paid the Celeste family to be quiet. I mean, everyone's been saying that, but this is the first time someone related to Celeste admits to threats. Her mother reported a threatening phone call she received after the second time she ran away, or they were threatened to be quiet. Hey man, that's crazy. People are saying, is this Celeste's cousin? That's some serious allegations. I hope law enforcement investigates. Says they can add this to the charges, hopefully. I want to congratulate her for speaking out. Very brave. Of course, we can't.
You're an idiot, like.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
To conclusions just yet, but this is serious. He was saying, I'm so happy for her. She keeps on speaking out for her and her cousin. It is just, it's crazy to think they were being given gifts by David to stop looking for her. People saying, I still don't believe it, even when she was alive and they wanted nothing to do with her, and the fact she was always running, all of that stuff. If he's been threatening the family needs to tell the police so they can add more charges. Witness intimidation can add 4 years.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of people worried about what's going to go down Monday. I'm saying for everyone worried about Monday, despite the assumed fact the DA is apparently not ready to charge David and the idea he might walk free, it's important to keep in mind it doesn't mean he's going to be let off the hook. In the scenario the DA doesn't press charges, not going to happen. Because of the evidence, David is set free, but he will not be off the hook. It just means they'll likely put the case back into police custody for further investigation and hold another public hearing to decide. Does it mean it's a failure? Not at all. That's not going to happen. I don't think it's an assumed fact the DA is not ready to charge him. My assumption is the DA was aware he'd be arrested and is fully prepared to sign off on charges come Monday. This is not a case that's landing on their desk for the first time after the arrest. They probably know every detail from the grand jury and what detectives have found. They're saying it would be nice if true, except they were having an emergency meeting because the arrest caught them off guard. He was saying, I read this later, but it seems like the idea came from a podcast who claimed to know people inside who claimed this happened. Don't know about you, but that's not enough for me to accept as fact. It's also expressly denied by the DA's office. Says the best punishment for him would be to wipe clean every bit of his work and online presence and forget he ever existed, make him the nobody that he is. That ain't going to happen. People are going to be getting money off of this guy for years to come, okay? I think he'll get indicted Monday and everything was planned this way, reading that the family is preparing to make a statement as well as if the indictment is made. It seems somehow coordinated for whatever reason. Now, this is an interesting comment. It says his career is over either way. Doesn't matter what happened, he will lose either way, but I would definitely prefer.
Yeah, you need to lose everything, bro. You out here taking out little kids and shit, high school kids, bro. You gotta go, bro. You got to go, my nigga.
He's right, you know.
He spends the rest of his life behind bars. Also, I find it strange that Jason, Realist Kate, and were literally best friends. I remember on one of his TikTok accounts, David was hanging out with Bryant Barnes a lot and even told fans Bryant Barnes is gay and so on. Shake my head, I just find it weird he didn't say anything at all about the case as if it never happened. I'm confused about that. I'm not saying he has something to do with anything, I just find it weird. Additionally, the case also makes me realize that I just pay attention to the lyrics that those artists are saying in their song instead of focusing mainly on the beat. For instance, I remember David saying SZA made him an opener at her concerts and she loved the fact that he was an emo kid. SZA literally had a song in which she's saying she's going to kill her ex and his new girlfriend and that she would rather be in jail than alone. I'm not taking anything lightly with those celebrities anymore or putting them on a pedestal. At the end of the day, we really don't know who these people truly are. That could happen because apparently, rumor has it he might have been dropped by Interscope Records or at least he's been scrubbed from the label's site. Singer David didn't only get his freedom taken away last night, but also seemingly his label, Interscope Records, pulled his page from the website completely. On the artist page for Interscope, where all of their signed talent lives and is featured, David's page is no longer visible.
Well, you know he's going to jail, so they might as well take it down.
Interscope Records together, the link to his page does not appear. However, when clicking on the link, it leads to a dead end. It's unclear when exactly Interscope removed him, but records show he was still listed on there as an artist at the end of February. As we previously reported, the label pumped the brakes on the singer's yet-to-be-released deluxe album and all musical promotion for him in the wake of the LAPD investigation into the teen found butchered in a Tesla registered to him. Sources with direct knowledge told us at the time, UMG, Interscope's parent company, Sony Music Publishing, and Wasserman paused all promotional activities related to David and the ongoing event.
That's what you're supposed to do, though, as a company, because you got to save face for your company, bro. Like,
investigation. The 21-year-old singer was booked into the LAPD 77th Street Station Jail at 10:12 p.m. Thursday. Okay, he's in there, all right? So David's label is apparently taking it serious. I don't know if he's officially dropped, but they're definitely sweeping this one under the rug and still probably getting their money. People say this might be the end for him because the last foundation of money has just pulled out of the David gravy train. I bet everybody's still counting the bread out of this. People say you can't win a trial without money. This might be a long trial for him. If your main source of income is pulled out on you, this might feel like you're doomed. But then they're saying a record company is obliged to have artist names on their websites. I have zero knowledge on that, so I don't understand if it's a temporary marketing decision or if they no longer work together. So I reckon that they've just taken him off there just to save face, but they're still counting his portion of the label deal. So I'd imagine their label will have to end their contract with him under these circumstances. Interscope can easily say the guy's a liability and making us look bad and give him the boot while still profiting off his music. Yep, I'm assuming they still make money off his catalogue, whatever they own, but cut him off. Says I'm patiently waiting for all his music catalogue to be entirely erased off platforms. That will never happen. Says that will be what wrecks him right now. I think he owns his music, and those views are stupid on YouTube. He's still getting money. I hate his music. It's for edgy, dumb teenagers. But the views have only gone up, and if it disappears, nothing of value is lost. It truly doesn't matter how much money he's making right now if he's going to spend the rest of his life locked up. But since he was removed from the website, they can't just decide not to pay him. They can drop artists, but I don't think they will. They're not going to remove his music. They want to keep making money. They want to keep doing all of that. But look, okay, I think his friends are going to be in a lot of trouble. I think Monday we might see more than David indicted, to be completely honest with you. I think we might see accomplices, but who knows who they're going to be. You got Asia, Neo, this other decoy select.
And that's how, like, most of this stuff goes. They, just like YSL, they locked up all them people. And some people flip. So somebody gonna flip on David 9 times out of 10 to get a lighter sentence.
Maybe the family, y'all were all together at the Fonda Theatre and dislike through their association with David might be in big trouble. So let's wait and see what happens on Monday, and I'll keep you guys updated when I get the info. Peace.
80% of patients forget what happened immediately after a therapy session. Only half of clients
over for that boy. Oh, a soda can. Oh no, it's another.